Hey, I thought I'd shoot this video of a Powerwinch 602, 603, which was a pretty popular windlass. Been around, this one's 20 years old. And I had a problem where the motor was spinning, but it wouldn't engage to pull the anchor rod up. And I finally figured out what that is. I also have a 602. So the only difference between the 602 and the 603, if you're looking for a replacement or you need parts, the 602 is 1/2 inch line and the 603 is 5/8 line. So you can swap over the two pulleys here. So it's a little narrower on the 602 versus the 603, but the guts are all the same. So here's the problem if you have that same issue where you hear the motor spinning, it sounds like everything's working, but it just doesn't engage. There's a little worm gear right here, and this has got threads on it, and depending on which way it's spinning, that gear is either going to move in or move out. And this is a pretty simple windlass to test if you've got a 12-volt battery. If you want to take it off the boat, bring it home, because the only thing you need to do to change direction and get that gear to move in and out is reverse polarity. So let me show you. I finally figured out and got this working, and I'll tell you what I did, but let me just give you an idea of how it works. So I've got a little remote here. So if I want the windlass to pull the rod up, it's already in that position, so I'll show you. So you can see that gear spinning. Now if I want to go down, watch what happens. Move that gear out, and when it gets past this gear here, well then it just freewheels and the line drops. So if I want to go back up, and I don't know if you can see it, so there's threads right on this shaft here, and basically it just pulls that gear in until it engages. So watch that. And then now watch the big gear, and now you're pulling the anchor rod back up. So pretty simple, and so I spent a lot of time. This is the problem area if you're not getting it to engage. And there's a spring here and some washers, and so what I wound up doing was I put an extra washer in. This gear was coming out too far. So I think depending on the wear that you have on either the gear, because there's threads inside that, or the shaft, if this comes out a little too far, then the shaft won't grab it and pull it back in, and it just kind of freewheels. And that's exactly what was happening to me. So hopefully this will help you guys. I know there's a bunch of these out there. Again, pretty simple unit. The motors, I don't think, seem to fail at all. Just a few gears, and that's really the only mechanism you need to worry about. So I've got it working. I've tested it a bunch of times. So let me just do that one more time. So if I want to retrieve the anchor rod and go up, it's already in the position. There it is. Drop the anchor, that freewheels. The only other question I had from somebody was, how do you get to this state of disassembly? And I took the case down. I'm going to get it powder coated so I don't have it in front of me. But basically you need to get to the bottom of this plate. And mine is anchored down. It's obviously going to be different on every boat. Mine is bolted down through the pulpit here. So once you do that, turn this over, and you're probably going to see a rubber pad that looks like this. You need to peel that off. And once you do, there's about, I don't know, 8 or 10 screws that attach the base to the bottom of the case. And then it'll separate. You kind of need to work it out to get this gear through the hole. And these guys go here. It's kind of obvious when you take it apart. And there's a roller that you need to bolt on. That's the other thing I think is a different size for the 602 versus the 603. is this roller and this pulley. So that's about it. Hopefully that helps. Again, if you just bring it home and you have a little 12-volt battery, I happen to have a little 12-volt battery about 8 inches long and 4 inches high from an electric mower, and it works great. So there's plenty of torque to test this in the bench. So hopefully that helps. Any questions, let me know.